And we continue. Let's see. Are you just gonna do that one? Or are we gonna look at, the other prints around here? Footprint analysis. Detective Sky, mind if we give it another go? Right on! Leave no print unanalyzed, I say. Now to pick which print you want to analyze. Let's check the green ones. Sploosh, 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 sploosh. Oh my god. That went way over. Okay, looking good. Next, dry out the plaster. What the hell? Oh, okay. I guess it only stays in place once you, have it on. Still not done, Emma! Yep, that's a good one. Next, the ink. Roll, 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 roll. Wow. Right, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's take our print. Stamp. Pretty standard. Oh, there's a bent nail. Anyway, let's check your prints. Oh, I guess I can check everybody's. Alright, sure. What's that on the heel? Maybe it's a snaku that got lodged in there. Of course, you have your custom-made footprint for your shoes. Totally not his. He's wearing those sandals. He's wearing whatever that is. He's probably wearing geta. Interesting. Oh no. That looks like slippers. Not important right now. So these shoe prints belong to Wesley Stickler. This confirms his testimony, the final version of it at least. Now we know where the panty snatcher was standing. Another shoe print. Detective Sky, mind if we give it another shot? I believe you're beginning to appreciate the wonder that is forensic science. Red. Sploosh, sploosh. Okay, looking awful. Yeah, whatever. Let's do a really sloppy job of this one. She'll take anything I throw at her anyway. It's somehow worse than all the other ones. Yes, that's a good one. Next, the ink. I want to get her really inked up. Never mind. Stamp. These ones are definitely slippers. Oh, a leaf. That's interesting. Huh. That's a funny shoe print. Is that even a shoe? It's strange. So smooth. Oh no! A Canadian did it! Except the part with the leaf. I can say without even looking that this print doesn't match any print on our list. Mystery print. You sure? Like... Are you sure? Bottom is covered with paint. Huh? What's this weird shape here? Looks like a leaf was stuck to the bottom when the wearer stepped in some yellow paint. The outline was left when the leaf was removed. Oh, I got some paint on my hand. Paulo, I saw you try to wipe your hand on my cape. Yeah, now you can have a yellow cape instead of a blue one. Hey, let's take a look at this again. Can we talk about the bottom instead? You know, just to compare it to what we just saw. Never mind, she doesn't care. No such luck. Alright, get me out of here. Eldoon's house. Can I talk to the cop here now? No. Certainly there's nothing new here. Yeah. I guess let us go back home. Let's check the clinic. Aha! What's up, right? The prodigal, it is prodigal, right? Prodigal. Yeah, that's why we check things. The prodigal attorney returns. Welcome, Paulo. I heard you did well in the trial today. Here to discuss something? I could use a little diversion. What did Detective Sky say? If you want to know something, you have to investigate it yourself. Mr. Wright, tell me what happened 7 years ago. Please. I want to know. I need to know. Certainly didn't waste any time getting to the point. Gun! No. Let's talk. 7 years ago. 7 years ago, I was standing in a courtroom on behalf of a client. The case involved the death of a certain magnificent genius. I'd be surprised if you hadn't heard about it. It was all over the news, I remember that. You were up against Prosecutor Gavin, weren't you? Yes, he was only 17 years old at the time. 17 years old? That's still high school. He took the bar exam abroad, in Europe. They're progressive over there, you know. I was defeated by a 17-year-old newcomer. In my shame, I left the practice forever. That's all. That's all? How could that be all? What do you mean? What about what they were saying on the news about forged evidence? Said you forged evidence and had your attorney's badge stripped from you. Besides, losing to a newcomer is nothing new. You do it to... or, what's it? Winston Payne does that all the time. So it was like... I mean, sorry. I understand. Maybe you don't want to be compared to Winston Payne. Tell me. How does it feel? How does it feel to stand here before Phoenix Wright, the forging attorney himself? But how does it feel? I don't want to believe it's true. What about what happened in my first trial? Didn't you notice it in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence. I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. Yeah, my badge! I don't see you jumping to my defense on this one. Maybe I did forge evidence. Maybe I didn't. Doesn't really matter now, does it? But I'm not an attorney anymore. That's the only truth you need to know. Mr. Wright. It's like he doesn't want to talk about the accusations of forgery. For now. Alright? Show me your shoe! Yeah. Alright, well, I got what I needed. Or at least everything that I could get. Back to the detention center. Nothing new. Maybe now they'll let me into the clinic. Nope. Kentucky Mansion? No. People Park. Will Emma say anything new? Mystery print. Ah, okay. This print is far too smooth to be from a regular shoe. It is a shoe print of some kind, though, that's certain. Still, you have to wonder what it's doing there. It's right next to the Eldoon's noodle stand. It does make one wonder. Hey, you. Yes? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? Wouldn't happen to have something in mind. Something that might have left this mystery shoe print, perhaps? This mystery shoe print does remind me of something. Pretty sure I've seen something that would leave a print like that. You know, I think I have our culprit right here. Well, I think it's these slippers, actually. Slippers? What would slippers be doing out here? But look at the bottom, see? It's covered with paint, except for... See? Right here. Hey, that spot is shaped like a leaf! What if a leaf was stuck on the bottom and came off when the slipper stepped in paint? Makes sense, doesn't it? Wait, something's written on them. Maractus Clinic. Exactly, the victim's clinic. Wait, that means that someone from the clinic was involved? Why is she just standing there eating? Detective Sky, I have a favor to ask. What? Can you get us access into the Maractus Clinic? The police won't let us in. They say the murderer and the clinic aren't. They say the murder and the clinic are not connected, and it's off limits until we prove they are. Jumble in words. I should be able to do something for you, yeah. Huh? Really? Well, you did my work for me. You did my work for me here with a. Yeah. You did my work for me here with the shoe prints. Seems like I should return the favor. Thank you, Detective Sky. Here, show this to the police officer on duty. Official! Allow clinic access to this magician and attorney in Prosecutor Gavin's name. Should we be using Prosecutor Gavin's name? Alright, Maractus Clinic, here comes justice. Hey, jerk face! Oh, when will you two learn? Look at me however you want, you're not getting in today. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Look what we have. What's this? Detective Sky. Yesterday was Prosecutor Gavin, today it's Detective Sky. Who are you two? Really? Now he's suspicious again. Well, you got the orders, I gotta let you in. Have fun. Thanks, Mr. Officer. Let's hit it, Apollo. Hell yeah. Finally inside. Huh. Kind of an at-home sort of place, isn't it? This place has a connection to the murder in the park. Sure of it. This guy out front wasn't so sure. Beyond it being where the victim lived. The police team's gone home for the day. There might be some clues lying around. Let's get cracking, Apollo! Well, first things first, let's look at the incredibly obvious. There's missing slippers! These must be the slippers for the patients at the clinic. Same as the pair we found, of course. Look, a single pair is missing from the rack here too. And ours have paint on the bottoms, which means they were taken out here on the night of the murder. Right. Paint's from the hit and run, after all. But what were a pair of clinic slippers doing in that trash can? What were they doing at the scene of the hit and run? Fish. Flower painting. Flower reel. There's a single pair of sandals here. Wait, but why would there be sandals here? Unless they belong to one of the patients. Or maybe it's a visitor that's come to see Dr. Maractus. You think they use his house entrance instead of the clinic entrance? You'd think they use his house entrance instead of the clinic entrance in that case. And if this patient or visitor isn't still here, why'd they leave without their shoes? Better take a closer look at these just in case. Well, I already know whose they are because, you know, it fits her outfit. Let's just, you know, switch tabs real quick. Hi. It matches the blue very well. And let's look at the shoes. Wow, it's got a toe print. No clues here. No toes here. Let's just use the mouse to look at it. There we go. Hey, Apollo, do you think this is... Huh. This could be a toe print. Maybe we can get a print off of this. Let's try it out. There it is. Hey, it worked! Looks like a big toe, maybe? Oh, wait, I mean, it's great that we got the print, but is there such a thing as a list of toe prints? Oh, it's basically the same. Which means we can't match this print. Well, we've got 2 toe prints that look mysteriously alike. What if we were to inspect both of them? Health today. Clinic reception desk. No one's here, of course. There's a small sign on the counter. Please pay your bill. Remember, we're the ones holding the scalpel. Brutal, but effective. Bowls! Look at all these bowls. They're from Eldoon's Noodles. There's Mr. Salty. Then I think we figured something out. I think we have. Mr. Eldoon must do takeout! Not exactly what I was thinking. All the bowls have been washed clean. I think we found our first true clue-see? First clue, Trucy. Bear, reception. Examinations, door! Look, this door says doctor's office. I think this is the victim's private office? It's not locked. It's not locked. Too bad. Why too bad? I like opening locks. It's kind of a hobby of mine. Like those little bike locks? Don't even bother putting them on when I'm around. This is a master lock. You can open it with a master lock. Probably not a hobby you want to tell too many people about. Thump? Apollo! That sound, it came from behind this door. Someone's in there. Let's check it out. Let's check it out, Trucy. Break-in? They left through that window. Wait, Apollo! Apollo! You're too late to catch them now! That must be her experience as a panty snatcher chaser talking. Well, we should tell the police. Let's check the room out first, Apollo. If we call the police now, we'll lose our chance. You're right. She's better than this. She's better at this than I am. Well, one thing's for certain. This clinic and our murder case are looking pretty related now. A glass. Books and papers are scattered around the room. Wow, what a mess. This is worse than Daddy's room. The burglar must have left in a hurry. Even the cup on the desk here is lying on its side. Huh? The juice that spilled out of that cup. It's dry. So the messy one wasn't our burglar just now. Someone knocked this cup over a while ago and left it. Grape juice! Why'd you leave the plant tilted over? This potted plant has seen better days. That doesn't make sense either. What doesn't? Normally, burglars are looking for valuables, right? That's true. That's what I would do, if I were a burglar. So why look under a potted plant? Maybe they were looking for the key to the safe? Maybe they're looking for the key to the safe. I've heard of people putting their house keys under plants, but the key to a safe? Then maybe the burglar was looking for the house keys. This is getting nowhere fast. Clock. A variety of jars. Whoa, what are those? Yeah, poor plant. The wall is covered with beakers. Something's moving inside that one. You look, Apollo. Hey, look yourself. You can't. Oh. It's a goldfish. Wow, they're all fish. So many kinds. Whoever designed this had a sick sense of humor. I don't know, that's kind of cool. I mean, of course, normally you would have like jars of organs and like formaldehyde in this kind of display, but no, it's just using the same jars for fish tanks. I really hope somebody's coming by to feed them, though. What a cute little safe. Huh. Looks like a 4-digit lock. 7-9! Somebody's already entered 2 numbers, Apollo. 7, 9... Wait, do you think that burglar just now was trying to open it? I wonder what's inside this safe. Is there any way we could figure out the last 2 numbers? Well, we know the first 2 are 6 and... not 6 and 9. Oh, we know the first 2 numbers are 7 and 9. Maybe there's something in the court record? Something that can help us figure out the last 2 numbers. I've got just the thing. What is it? Well, all we have to know is what buttons have been pressed. We can use this to find out what the next 2 numbers are. I shouldn't have scrolled that way. Powder. When you press the buttons, you'd have to touch them. With your finger, right? I mean, not necessarily. You could use like your knuckle. When you open a safe, you don't press any other buttons but the right ones, right? So, if we can find the buttons with fingerprints, we'll have the safe code. Not bad, Apollo. I guess we can do a quick search real quick. $7953 or something. Oh, it's 2. The back buttons? What? Let's just get everything thoroughly, I guess. Keep blowing, Apollo. These are some messy fingerprints. Look, you can see the oily finger residues clearly. It's 7 and 9. These are glove marks. The burglar must have been wearing gloves. Well, you might not be able to identify the burglar, but we can open the safe. Let's give it a shot. 5-2. Hey, first try. Won the 50-50. It opened. There's a cat. There's something in the back. This looks like a bullet hole. Huh. You can still see the bullet sticking out of it. Why is it in the middle of the safe? Hey, the bullet came out, and the tip is all squished. Not surprising, given that it was fired into a metal safe. The bullet's got a story behind it, that's for sure. Found in the Maractus Clinic safe, squished from the impact from the back of the safe. Alright, and let's take a look at the documents. This looks like a medical chart. There's an x-ray in here with it. An x-ray? Can't make heads or tails of it. I can't read the chart either, it's all in medical speak. But the names are easy enough to read. Look, by patient it says, Waki Kitaki. So this is Waki, our client's chart, huh? Why would this one chart be in here in this safe? Let's see, the physician's signature says, Palmaractus. What is it, Apollo? Look here where it says who filed the chart. Let's see. Nurse Alita Tiala. Alita Tiala. That's not her name, Apollo. Alita Tialita. Okay, well, my focus was just shattered. Alita Tiala is Waki's fiancée. That's one... Oh. It was intentional. That's one Ida too many, Apollo. Never mind that. What's her name doing here? How should I know? Though, I guess it means she's on staff at this clinic? Not that she neglected to mention this before now. I'm sure she had her reasons. So Alita Tiala worked at the Maractus Clinic. She had access to Waki Kitaki's medical chart. You got the I and the Y wrong, app. Apollo. I'd be very interested to find out what this chart says. Trucy, why are you reading my mind? Those are in parentheses. You're not allowed to listen to that. Help us decipher this. Walkie's chart added to the court record. Anything else? Nope. Alright, but what about this vase? Not vase, lamp. It's kind of an expensive looking lamp, isn't it? Hey, the bulb's broken. Broken? Don't you mean burnt out? No, our cat burglar must have dropped it. Why is it standing up on the floor like that then? Hey, look at the cord. Huh? There's a red splotch on part of the cord. You think that's blood? It's a little bright for blood. Almost pinkish. It's Danganronpa blood! Something's definitely odd about that lamp, that's for sure. Red stain. I wonder what left that stain. I know! Maybe it was left there by a red marker! Like they were trying to write their name and it slipped. Why would anyone write their name on a lamp cord? I used to write my name on my magic ropes. Shattered bulb. This is a nice lamp though. I like the blue a lot. It would be a nightmare finding a place to actually put it where it'd fit in though. The bulb is broken. It won't turn on. Oh? How was it broken? Don't touch that. You'll cut yourself. Yeah, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. My finger! You're bleeding! Let me see that. Wait. Magic blood! Gotcha. Please don't do that again. I have enough to worry about without my coworkers injuring themselves on evidence. Great. Just look at how that transitions to green. Fancy is right. See anything else? Of course, the broken ass window. Oh, it's just open. The window was ajar. That must be how our burglar escaped. I wonder who it was. Maybe it was just a burglar who happened to pick here? Yeah, but there's a patrol car sitting out front. If I were a burglar, I'd come back the next day at least. I'd give it a month myself. Whoever broke in obviously needed to break in today. Well. Nope, oops, no. Eldoons. Oh, he's not here. Well, there goes the person I was going to ask. Hickfield Clinic. Nope, nobody here. Taki Mansion. People Park. Hey, Emma. I know that face. That's the face of someone who's made a discovery. Hey, how'd you know? You can't fool someone trained in the ways of science. Next, you'll have us analyzing face prints. Let's ask Detective Sky to help us, Apollo. Here. Take a look at this. Got one right here. I think I just might actually. Really? I'm beginning to suspect something here. Detective Sky, can you compare this sample with this other print? With the bullet print. This pair of sandals, toe print and all. Ooh, the print on these is nice and clear too. That makes our job easy. Can you analyze it for us? Of course. Hang on. Bingo! Gosh, I'm good. Hey, we were the ones who found the prints. A perfect match. Same person who wore these sandals and slippers. The same person wore these sandals and slippers. I was afraid of that. All you have to do is find out who these sandals belong to. Or do you already know? I can't say. Not yet. Well, that's one big step closer to the truth. Look at this bullet. I guess I will be looking at this bullet first. Oh, what the hell? It's hollow on the inside. Wait, can I inspect the squished tip from the inside? I sure can. Wow, it's all mushed. That was one tough safe. You know, it looks kind of yummy. Huh? You know, Trucy? You're not wrong. No, okay, maybe a little wrong. Like ice cream. Caramel. I was thinking more of a muffin myself, because you can see like the muffin wrapper on the bottom side. You certainly have an active imagination, Trucy. I mean, more importantly, there's the rifling marks on the side. They're very clear. Hey look, Detective Sky, I was wondering about this. Trucy, wait! What? This bullet was inside the safe, right? That means the police don't know about it yet. Oh, right. We can use this in the trial tomorrow. Do I have to repeat myself every time? If you're going to talk behind someone's back, do so quietly. You know, who knows? Maybe you'll be able to look at this. Okay, no, it's the same as true. It's vital evidence there. You can't show her that. That's our secret weapon in tomorrow's trial for sure. Ooh, clever, Apollo. Same line, same line, same line. Al Maractus, Waki Kitaki, Lita Tiala. Age 19, weight, male. How much do you weigh? Oh, male. ID 004649. You saw a muffin? Good. I'm glad we could all see a muffin in that bullet. Eldoon! Please come back, Eldoon. Alright, detention center then. Don't cry, Angel. Daddy's back and Daddy's... Oh. You again. Do you always have to announce your entrances like that? Man, my old man, he... Man. I'm all in a funk and it's his fault. One can only assume that his father tried to teach him a lesson. And failed, clearly. You two got your work cut out for you, straight up. Of course, I don't care if they lock me up. I'm ready to go. Some days I wonder what I can't. Some days I wonder why I do what I do. Hey! Look at these sandals. Waki, you don't happen to recognize these, do you? Hey, sure I do. I was the one who bought them for her. For Miss Tiala? Yeah, a birthday present. She's got mad little feet. Mad! So cute, man. So these sandals are hers. Yeah, kinda had a feeling. What's up with the funky vibes? Sandals updated in the court record. Do you recognize this bullet? Man, this is so far off the hook, it's off the chain, gee! Seems preoccupied with something else. Wonder how my elite is doing. Man, I miss her. Hey, look, it's your chart. Huh? What's that? Some kind of x-ray? Wait. That's right, Wonky. It's yours. Hey, look, I don't smoke or nothing. I'll live long, right? I don't think he gets it, Apollo. Take a closer look. Here, in particular. Where it says nurse, it's signed Alita Tiala. Huh. You lawyers do your homework. So, you met Miss Tiala when you... Yep, I met her at the clinic. So? Could you tell us a bit about the circumstances of your meeting? Fine, fine. I'll tell you how you met if you want to know that bad. Guilty verdict. Hey man, you won't see me bugging out about 1 or 2 guilty charges. But what if you're found guilty of murder? Hey, it's all experience. You feel me, shorty? Like a badge of honor. Also, I know the motive of why Alita's dating you now. She wants that mafia money, and she knows that you're gonna kick the bucket in the matter of days or months. And she's pushing you to stick to the mobster life so that all that clean money has nowhere to go but her. All that dirty money has nowhere to go but her, rather. Because if it's clean money, they don't give the death penalty, do they? You didn't really do it, did you? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I've learned one thing today. It's that silence speaks louder than words. Your father. Man, my old man is whack. Disappointing, that's what he is. I heard he wants to leave the mob. Or my dead body. I spend my life trying to keep it real, being an OG and never stepping down. Now my old man wants to go soft? Fine. Let him. Just leave me out of it. Day I get out of the clink, and that's the day Alita and I start the next generation of the Kitaki family. Whoa. Please don't talk as though it's assumed you're getting out of jail. For my sake. Half a year ago, I was shot in a little turf war with another family. Ah yes, the rival family. I was ready to die, sure. They came in and got me, hauled me off to the docks. The Maractus Clinic? That's where I met her. My fallen angel. You mean Alita Tiala. She was scared of me at first, turns out. You know what they say. Bad guy always gets the ladies. Right. She was done with that clinic anyhow. So I was like, I'll take you on, woman. Straight gangster style. Guess what she said? What did she say? Come on, give it some thought. She said it real quiet, like on the down low. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave if you'll marry me. So, that was the proposal? You know it. An oath of love right in the hospital. Right there in the hospital room. Just like that. The op was done and we were out of there. See you later. Bye. About that op. Yeah, didn't go so well after all, did it? I know about the report. I know it's still in me. This health checkup was the boss's idea, you said. Yeah, can you imagine? What's the point of living healthy when you're a G? You know what I'm saying? You didn't learn about the bullet after that But didn't you learn about the bullet at that checkup? Yeah, that's when I knew that doctor had to pay. You know I could get that cat pulled after I got my revenge. And hey, I'm still living large now, aren't I? Incidentally, have you ever had a health checkup before? Nah, my old man suddenly gets this idea that we all gotta get checkups. Guess he's getting old. Older, I mean. I think that's everything that I can get from you, so let's leave. Let's try and hunt down Tiala. Also, Phoenix is gone. Eldoon. Ah, there we go. Let's check this report. Mr. Eldoon, we've been looking all over for you. What's the matter, Juicy Doll? Apollo, show him what you found. Show him what we found, sorry. Right, teamwork. Nothing like expert advice. I suppose he is a doctor still. Mr. Eldoon, is everything okay? I'm just so happy. I just thought my doctor days were gone for good. Mr. Eldoon. Hey, we found all your bowls, by the way. And your stock pot. But more importantly, talk to me about this chart. Mr. Eldoon, could you take a look at this? Medical chart? Hey, you shouldn't go around taking these from clinics. Why the sudden silence, Mr. Eldoon? What's going on here? That's what we want to know. That chart belongs to my client. He's on trial on suspicion of murder. On trial? That's crazy! You can't put him on trial! He's ABD! ABD? All but dead. He's knocking on the pearly gates and someone's about to answer. Can you tell us why? Well, permit me to speak as a surgeon. You listen up good now, son. No way. It's like he's a completely different person. Well, according to this chart, this walkie-talkie feller's not doing so well. He's got a bullet right upside his heart. That's right. Yeah, but this chart talks about the post-op. In other words, the operation is already finished. But you can still see that bullet stuck in there. Why would it still be in there after the operation to remove it? Well, about the only reason I can think of is it was too tricky to operate on. Too tricky to operate on. What? That bullet snug as a bug there next to the aorta, which is connected to the heart. Heck, that scrap of metal's just surrounded by blood vessels. Kind of a miracle. 2 millimeters to either side and there'd be some serious bleeding going on in there. Not something your average doc would be able to fiddle with. Eager to fiddle with. You mean? It took a miracle to get that bullet stuck where it is. It'd take more than a miracle to take it out. It'd take a magician. I'm only up to making rabbits disappear. I haven't learned bullets yet. Of course, with the heart pumping and lungs working, that bullet's on the move. I'd give him another half year, tops. But Walkie's operation was already half a year ago. That's why I'm saying you're out of time. That kid shouldn't be on trial. He should be on an operating table. Great. Just great. How could Dr. Maractus do such a terrible thing? How could he just leave a bullet in there? I got a pretty good idea of how he felt. An emergency operation. He's got the kid's chest open on the table. He finds that bullet. Then he finds that bullet. That's despair right there. That's despair right there, Trucy doll. Cold despair. Despair. Oh, I guess I should go back to the old voice now that he has the noodle hat on. Now the only thing he could do is sew the boy back up. He wasn't exactly in the situation to go admitting he couldn't take it out. Kataki's. You bet. This kid's their only son, I hear. So, he skips the operation, and Walkie's back on the street living his life. Of course, it's only a matter of time before his heart hemorrhages and he drops cold. How awful. And which doctor would they take him to? Maractus. He's got enough ties to them. He could probably cover up the truth of what happened. It's just horrible. He left Walkie to die. There's a darkness in this world, Trucy doll. Waiting. Hungry. Compared to it, these gangs' turf wars are like kid games. When you're up against real evil, well, it doesn't matter if you're weak or strong. It'll take you all the same. You were a surgeon, right, Mr. Eldoon? You could operate on Walkie, couldn't you? I wish. What? I'm afraid there ain't nobody in the country that could. Maybe not even in the world. So Walkie feels real lucky to be alive even now. No. There's one problem. Paulo? This chart. Look at the nurse section. Alita Tiala. That's right. This operation was how they met. Yeah, the problem is, she knew. She knew about Walkie's condition. Guaranteed. Why didn't she ever tell him? Doesn't make sense. She knew her patient was in serious danger. You'd think she'd want to get that second operation before getting engaged. What was she thinking? Paulo? What are you thinking, Alita Tiala? To be continued. I already know exactly what you're thinking. This is it. The big day. Did you get any sleep? Yeah, I went to bed at around 1 a.m. or so. Oh? What time did you wake up? 3 a.m. Hold on, I can do that better. Yep, I went to bed at around 1 a.m. or so. Oh? What time did you wake up? 3 a.m. That's only about 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you have me. And the amazing Mr. Hat. Here's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice. Hey, got any sleep? Mr. Wright. I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out earlier today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine. What was it again? Indochine? Pretty sure that was it. No, it was Indochine. Ah. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine pasta joint seem almost fun. Almost fun. Daddy, do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today? Take a guess. Take a guess. How about Little Plum? That Sherman tank of a mom? No, guess again. That's too bad. You know, speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy. It's barely morning and you're at it already, Trucy. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Alita Tiala, client's fiancée. She's going to be a witness? That seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiancé? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going on today. Something's going down today, that much is clear. Well, not to worry. I've got my panties back. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of there. Don't pull a murderer out of your panties. Better yet, don't put one in there in the first place. Properly called mainland Southeast Asian now, if that's what he means. Oh, okay, yeah. I guess I should look at it real quick. Yep. Yeah, sure enough. Indochina, the three countries of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia formerly associated with France. Indochina refers to the intermingling of Indian and Chinese influence on the culture of the region. So yeah, it's Southeast Asia. Looks like it's specifically those three regions, though. But yeah, like you said, mainland Southeast Asia. Court is now in session for the trial of Waki Kitaki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is warmed up, and it's a sold-out house. Very well. To recap, while yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party, guilty of panty snatching, we did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct, Herr Judge. And today, I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to look at this horrible crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon. The preparation for the act. Poor defendant told all, you see. To his betrothed. His betrothed? To his betrothed. I guess he's laying it on thick with the accent. His betrothed? His fiancé, Herr Judge. His partner for life, with no chance for parole. Very well. You may show the, lucky lady to the stand. Your name and occupation, Fraulein. Alita Tiala. My occupation is future wife. Ah, traditional values. I respect that. Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded, underwater. Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution? To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first, but I couldn't hide the truth. Honesty. Another admirable trait. Caroline, is it Is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant, Waki Kitaki, confessed his plans? His plans for murder? Yes. The witness will please give her testimony to the court. I really do gotta settle on something for Gavin. It was on the day that the family health checkup results came back. When Waki found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. "I'll teach him," he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it. So, the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family then? Yes. With regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki mansion on charges of the possession of illegal firearms. And the bullet that took the victim's life? Was it fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven. How can you prove something like that? Bullets carry marks from the barrel that fired them, called rifling marks. Rifling marks? Think of them as being a gun's fingerprint, left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Waki's plan? It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. Just didn't think he would actually do it. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. All right. Let's examine this scum's testimony. Hold it! That was the day of the murder, correct? Yes. Everyone in the family received their checkup results that day. When Waki looked at his face went so pale. But of course, he just found out he had a bullet in his chest. So, you were there at the time? Yes. Poor Waki. That must have been, quite frightening. He was furious. He ripped his report up into shreds. Incidentally, I had to request another copy to file as evidence. A bothersome chore, but one I performed without complaint. Waki's at an age where he's hard to control when he loses his temper. Of course, that little bit of instability is so cute. Great, now he sounds like a psychopath. So, is it easy to take a pistol out from the house? Not really, I think. There's a system in place to limit access. Waki's a special case, being the next in line. Perhaps his treatment was a little too special, yeah? Well, maybe he is a bit spoiled. I hear he got amazing presents for his birthdays. Last year was a switchblade made out of chewing gum and a chocolate gravestone. Sounds like he has a taste for sweets. And danger. The point here being that Waki had access to a pistol. What happened, meaning the murder. I tried to stop him. I really did. But Waki wouldn't listen. Our defendant was nothing if not determined, it seems. The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it. How can you say that for certain? How? Herr Forehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fraulein. It was the defendant, Waki, was it, who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now. I suppose we do. So, how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah? That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point? Someone else have used that pistol? Oh man, do we want to accuse her right fucking now? Based on your testimony, there was clearly another. One other person had access to that pistol. What's this? Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person with access was. Well, let's just say... Well, of course, I mean, you, Miss Tiala. Me? But why? You were quite clear when you told the court. You heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé and killed a man in cold blood on his behalf. I've heard people of doing strange things for love, but this... it does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance and supporting your partner in life, to be sure, but I think I would hesitate on murder. I'd hope you do more than hesitate. What if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. We might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe. I have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Miss Tiala, and the victim. I mean, you also stole the entire chart. Or not stole, you took the entire chart. So even if the police did see the contents of that safe, they didn't see the crucial evidence that was from that safe. That looks like a medical chart? Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart. What? Miss Tiala? What? Whatever. Why is your name on this chart? Why is your name on this chart? Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala? I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. One little fiancé just froze over. I was on staff in that clinic until a year ago. Half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that? Miss Tiala, you testified that you had no connection to the victim. And I don't. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right? That's not true at all. Why? I embrace the ones I love. Past flaws and no matter. There's no connection now. Doesn't fly in a court of law. Doesn't fly. She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with Gitakis. You left your job at the Maractus Clinic, true. But you remained connected somehow. Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us the evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic. Well, her shoes were there. These sandals were found in the Maractus Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. So sorry, Fraulein, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints. A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well, now we see your true colors. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted to help you get Waki back on the straight and narrow. This court thinks you need to worry less about Waki and more about yourself. Sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Your sandals are found at the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's little point in denying it. Very well. The witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Maractus Clinic on that day? I should be slowing down a little bit on the judge. I did go to the clinic that day. My first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Waki had the pistol. The doctor always was a timid man. Too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend. By mistake, you mean the mistake we heard about from the defendant? The botched operation. He was a timid, small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know? That does make sense. Yes, but there is still one thing which does not. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home. They're nice sandals, after all. I would have worn these sandals home, too. They're nice sandals, after all. So, why were the sandals left behind? Point out the contradiction before me! He stole my thunder! There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiala? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals there, which you wore home by mistake. Shit! Fuck you, Gavin! Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. Oh, it is nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation. Ja, Jorge? No fair! He's filling the holes in her testimony. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Maractus Clinic. I'm feeling a bracelet moment coming on. About what time did you go to the clinic? I don't remember exactly, but I think it was after 9:30, I think. And that was the first time you had contacted Dr. Maractus in half a year? Of course it was. He wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with. But you said he was an old friend. So now he's friends all of a sudden? Did you want Dr. Maractus to run away? Well, after I failed to stop Waki, I thought that was the only way to avoid the problem. Couldn't you have called? Why go in person? I called several times that evening, but no one was in. The victim was busy driving home until 9 p.m. until after 9 p.m. that night, remember? This was proven by the mirror yesterday, yeah? I thought if I warned him, he would run away for sure. Knowing the doctor... You mean that act of malpractice on Waki, correct? He had just told Waki the truth in the beginning. None of this would have happened. True, that operation was the start of this whole affair. Oh, of course, if he'd told him, it might have been erased by the touch earlier. A disturbing thought. You know that the Maractus Clinic had ties to the Kitaki family. He probably couldn't have gone to the police, even if he'd wanted to. That's why I knew I had to warn him. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. No dark secrets, huh? What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing. She's hiding something, I know it. I must have some evidence that proves it, too. You're free to think whatever you like. I went to that clinic with only one thought in mind. You just said he wasn't a friend. But then you'd be betraying Waki, wouldn't you? No, I did it for him. For us? She went to warn him so that her fiancé would not have to commit such a crime, yeah? I didn't want them to take my Waki away, and now they took him away anyway. There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him. Do you know why she went, Apollo? Time to figure out what really happened to that clinic, and fast. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I mean, this is... I can tie it back to something else by doing this. But there's also this bullet here. It might be too soon for that. Let's try the slippers first. Objection! It's not the slippers. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Hmm? It does? I don't see anything contradictory. You sure about that? Objection overruled. Try to think about before you make accusations, Mr. Justice. That didn't go so well. It might also be like a different line entirely. Let's talk about this bullet. Nope, that's not that either. Not that either. Let's see. It's probably just too soon to pin anything on her specifically. I knew Waki had the pistol. Do I have any proof that she went there before? Or do I want to accuse her of going into the office afterwards to try and steal the chart? Oh, so many different lines of thought here. After all, I knew Waki had the pistol. Doctor was already always a timid man. What else would I have gone? What did you say for this? Anything incredibly suspicious? No dark secrets, eh? Oh, right, of course. I wasn't holding any dark secrets, but you wanted to hide this. Yeah. This chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office. Yes? Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you? Mind filling me in? Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad air, Doctor. This is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Waki's failed operation. Interesting. You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kinda makes it hard to claim no connection, does it? You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents. Yeah, but you sign off on the chart when it's complete. Too bad, little attorney. Ugh. Hmm? It's time! Reversed court theme. I don't even know if it's actually reversed or anything. Your bracelet? Just like yesterday. Like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Huh? What's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe. Yes, that has to be it. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony. We don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do we do? You gotta look. Use your eyeballs. You have to use your eyeballs yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow, touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony. It's time to perceive! He's fiddling with her ring right now. Yep. Hear it again.
Gotcha!
Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old chart now, you ask? But You know why you would go now, wouldn't you? Don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Tiala. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring. What? She was unsure. I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The chart wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it. Indeed. Huh? Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. Got her on the ropes now, I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow, with evidence. Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. Let's see. It's become a threat the same day you got the chart, so you had to break in. That's my line of thought. It's too soon for the bullet. It was because of bloomers! Yeah, that's the only thing I can really think of. Either that or the gun. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Kitakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this? Nothing. Why should I think of anything? Oh, I think you were positively beside yourself because you were afraid. You knew what Waki's chest X-ray would reveal. Full half year had passed since that operation. You thought you were home free. When the chart came back to haunt you. Eek. I'm not gonna scream. Also, where do those feathers come from? Are they a part of your dress decoration there? Is that a real bird? I've had enough of, culprits having birds and animals as a part of their outfits. That's all, Your Honor. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying? I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. So, the lady was lying, it seems. Alita is Little Wing in Spanish? That's probably it. I would totally understand if English localization reached for other languages if the pun didn't work. It didn't work very well in English. I feel like that's a common thing anyway. She says she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic, but her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. If the Kitakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala? You guessed it. Order, order! I did it. I broke her testimony. Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Wait! Miss Tiala? It's true, that chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Waki and went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She hid the truth from us, this is clear. Yet, it is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand. Very well. The witness will add this to her testimony. And we'll have a bit more cross-examination. That was so close. You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo. You warned him and left?
Hold it!
Really? How did Dr. Maractus respond to the warning? Oh, he was quite surprised. Panicky, even. He wouldn't be scared to learn Kitaki was after them. Incidentally, this court is not afraid of any mobsters. Why, we just had a life-threatening situation just yesterday right here in this courtroom. Yeah, real impressive the way you stood up to that attack of the amazing Mr. Hat, sir. After which, I carried you back to your chambers. Sounds like the judge had quite a fright. Nothing happened in Dr. Maractus' office that day, huh? Oh. Something definitely happened in that office, Apollo. I know. We can't prove when it happened. Or that Alita Tiala was involved in any way. Well, let's try putting some evidence up anyway. Well, there's a bullet with potentially her name on it. Hi. How about this?
Objection!
You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. I like you, actually. This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala.
Objection!
Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic. But this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? I guess the police didn't check that far.
Objection!
There is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day?
Objection!
Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. The marks on this bullet match the murder weapon. And that proves a firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder. And El Dune didn't hear it? Not bad, Air Forehead. Not bad, Air Forehead. Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately. 30 minutes later. 2 hours later. The rifling marks on both the bullets are identical. Oh my. Well, it seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position? The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in the office on that day. And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart. Do you think that someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala. Order, order, order! Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Tiala knew about Waki Kitaki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if he married him, and then the bullet finally reached its destination? What? That reminds me. Apparently, the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will. Nefarious! So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune? Waki, what the hell are you doing here? I know what you're doing here, but why are you at the stand right now? You keep talking trash about my Alita? And I'll sue you, lawyer man! Huh? Me? Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita. I think you mean accuse. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too. There in that park. Waki, just cool down a second, please. You keep your hands off my Alita. Miss Tiala? Sorry, it's been so long since I've laughed so hard. Something funny? Waki, wake up and smell reality. Alita, baby? The signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on, it's all so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Lita. Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fraulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway. So, family fortune is what you're really after. That's right. I wanted the money. No way. That's whack! I ain't trying to hear that! Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who, me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me. Accuse. Oh, of what crime, might I ask? Huh? Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I've got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired into the safe after I'd already left the clinic. What? I would never do such a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but what are you talking about? Trucy? You had the most to lose if that chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol, now did I? Well, you could have taken walkies. You'd think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I've heard him say is, it was me. I shot him.
Objection!
That's only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What point? Certainly, the Fraulein wanted that chart. You assumed she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then, wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh, you see, that chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. He's right. Miss Tiala. Yes? It is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé. Oh, I'm flattered. Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. Don't forget! We've proven that you were at the Maractus Clinic on the day of the crime. Yo, more testimony! Oh, I also just realized I've been going on for a while. I should add another stream marker.